Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it. What is up, gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the UMP. I really do appreciate it. And today we are going to talk about 10 powerful self-declarations to become a girl magnet. Now, declarations are a lot like affirmations, if you've ever heard of those, but they add an extra element of touch into the statement so that it becomes that much more anchoring. It's based off the concept of anchoring. And I learned about this from T. Harv Eker, his book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Throughout the whole book, he does declarations like this, and it was really powerful, man. So I decided to steal it and bring it to you guys here in this podcast. I really like these. I think a lot of you guys are going to listen to them over and over again. Hopefully, for you champions who really want to improve yourself, you're going to listen to this many times, which is why I'm going to skip the blatant advertising. There is something I want to say at the end of this episode, though, so please stay tuned for that. Something that's important to know about these declarations, so make sure to stay tuned till the end. Now, you guys who think that this is too airy-fairy, you think this is ridiculous, you think to yourself, affirmations don't work, you're right, because your reality dictates your belief system. So if you think that affirmations don't work, well, have fun with the same results that you're getting. For you legends who are willing to try whatever the fuck it takes to get better with women, to be more confident, to accept yourself, to love yourself, stick with this, do it many different times. When you're relentless in your pursuit of self-improvement and you're willing to put the work in and you're willing to try whatever it takes to get the results, you will get the results. So this episode is specifically for you. All right, gentlemen, let's jump into it. First of all, I want to preface this by saying we are going to use touch, which means you're going to put your right hand over your heart, much like you're saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and you're going to touch your index finger and your middle finger to your right temple. Okay, so on your right hand, you're going to put your right hand over your heart. We've all done that many times for the first statement. And then the second statement we make for each of these, you're going to put two fingers to your temple. And for those of you who don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't know, but your temple is kind of like to the right of your right eye, just above your ear, I guess. It's where you get your headache, bro. It's where you rub your head, where you get your headaches. You're going to touch your two fingers, your index finger and your middle finger to your right temple. So if you're multitasking, working out, driving, and you can't do this, it's fine. You can come back to it. For now, just listen and repeat after me when I tell you to repeat after me. And then when you can, make sure to incorporate that touch because it adds an extra layer onto it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the philosophy behind the declaration that we're going to make. And then we're going to go ahead and make the declarations, move on to the next one. Now, I say 10 declarations, but as I am apt to do in this podcast, as well as in my coaching program, I always over-deliver. So I'm actually going to give you guys 12. So without further ado, gentlemen, let's jump into it. The first declaration is based on the fact that nobody, including myself, brother, is fully 100% happy about who they are, what they look like, what their talents are, how their body looks, everything you could possibly consider about your life. Nobody is 100% happy about it. But there comes a time when you just need to accept rather than expect yourself to change. Certain things about you, you simply will never be able to change. I don't care how many podcasts you listen to. I don't care how many coaching programs you take. I don't care how much you lift weights. I don't care how much you hang from a pull-up bar by your fucking chin trying to grow longer. It simply won't change. So there comes a time in every man's life where he has to unequivocally accept himself as if he chose the way he is. Now, I'm always into self-improvement, and I want you to try to improve those things which you can improve, but those things which you can't change, such as your height, even your race, your hair color, your face, those things that you physically and mentally are not able to change, you have to accept them. Accept them as if you chose them. And now we come to our first declaration. So put your hand over your heart and say to yourself, I accept myself exactly how I am. I love myself. I forgive myself. I am my own hero. Now take your right hand, Place your index and middle finger on your right temple and say to yourself, I am a girl magnet. Declaration number 2 has to do with your courage. A lot of you guys, as I always say in this podcast, are armchair quarterbacks, standing aside, listening to podcast episodes, hoping that by getting a certain amount of knowledge, you're finally going to achieve the results that you really want to get with women. But what's lacking is execution. And execution is lacking because of cowardice, because of fear. You don't realize just how courageous you are, and you don't realize how little it actually fucking matters if a woman rejects you, if a woman doesn't want you. But cowardice, the villain to courage, is holding you back, keeping you stuck exactly where you are, keeping you in that rut you're currently in, and you don't know just how much courage you have in your heart. Place your hand over your heart and say to yourself, I am courageous. Put your right hand to your right temple and say, I am a girl magnet. Declaration number 3. In addition to the cowardice that a lot of us are facing, and I'm in that same boat too, man, there's a lot of things that I'm afraid of when it comes to my life, which is why I move into my fears willingly. As my buddy John Anthony always says, follow your fears. But in addition to those fears, a lot of us also are afraid of failure. We think that failure defines us in a certain way. We think it's a statement about who we are as a man, and we have what is essentially called a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset says that the results you get in life are basically a sum up of who you are as a man, whereas a growth mindset says that failure and adversity are actually good because they grow you, because they develop you. And anybody who is truly successful in life always puts growth as his or her number one priority. Doesn't matter how much money you make, doesn't matter how many girls you get, it doesn't matter what accomplishments you may achieve in this lifetime. The only thing that matters to a really successful person is his or her growth. Growth is your number one priority, and failure equals growth. So you go after failure and you're not afraid of it because you know that it grows you. Place your right hand over your heart and repeat after me. Failure and adversity are good because they cause growth, and growth is my number one priority. Touch your head and say, I am a girl magnet. Declaration number 4. In addition to having a growth mindset, you understand that there's certain things that are simply out of your control. When you approach a woman, for example, you can't control if she's attracted to you. You can't control if she likes you. You can't control if she just got dumped by her ex-boyfriend. She just got into a fight with her mom. She just got fired from her job. She has projectile diarrhea and you had no idea. And just 20 minutes ago, she launched a 50-foot rope of diarrhea out her kitchen window and she simply doesn't feel like talking to you. So a lot of guys go into interactions and they base their feelings of success on the result rather than the effort. That is the wrong way to do it, my friend. Those things which you cannot control, you have to absolutely let go of. For example, I cannot control if a girl likes me. I cannot control how many coaching applications I get each day. I can't control how many people leave a 5-star review on my podcast. So I don't even fucking worry about it. What I worry about is right now. Am I doing my best? Am I giving my best effort? Am I really trying to effectively deliver these 10 declarations to you guys that are going to change your life? Yes, I am. Therefore, I will feel good about this podcast episode, whether or not it gets me X number of coaching applications, whether or not it gets me emails telling me how great it was. That doesn't matter. What matters is the effort I put into it. And boys, it's the same thing with women. When you go up to a woman, I don't want you to care on any level whatsoever if she gives you her phone number, if she's attracted to you, if she flirts with you, if she likes you. The only thing I want you to care about is, did you have the courage to go approach her? Place your hand on your heart and repeat after me. I place my feelings of success on the effort, not the result. Place your right hand to your head and say, I am a girl magnet. Declaration number 5. A lot of you guys growing up had issues with your parents where you don't feel you're worthy of love. Because you feel unworthy of love, you get into relationships where the woman cheats on you, she doesn't give you what you want, it's incomplete on the level of love, and you have actually unconsciously attracted this woman into your life because you're repeating the same thing that happened to you since you were 2 years old, where you don't feel worthy of love. Until you get this fixed in your head, you will continue to attract women into your life who don't love you for who you are, who make you feel unworthy because you're subconsciously trying to prove the quote unquote truth of what your parents inadvertently did to you, which made you feel unworthy. Place your right hand on your heart and repeat after me. I am worthy of love. Place your right hand to your head and repeat after me. I am a girl magnet. Declaration number 6. In today's society, masculinity is being attacked. We are made to feel guilty for being men. Aggression has been linked to masculinity. We have actual terms like toxic masculinity, and society is working very diligently to try to turn us into fucking women. A large part of society, unfortunately, is demonizing masculinity, but I'm here to tell you that your masculinity is beautiful. The aggression you have inside of you, your goal-oriented mind, your testosterone, those are all beautiful things. When harnessed and projected in the right direction, masculinity is what created the larger part of this society. Masculinity is what created the success that we have today in humanity, along with femininity. I'm not knocking femininity, but masculinity is extremely important. And you, my brother, need to be proud of the masculine heart you have beating in your chest. So now take your right hand and cover that heart with your right hand and repeat after me. I embrace my masculinity. Touch your head with your right hand. I am a girl magnet. In addition to your masculinity, your sexuality has been attacked. Masturbation, sexual desires, watching porn, looking at a girl, and imagining having sex with her, you have been shamed and shamed and shamed for behaving in that way, which is natural as a man. Surely we should always respect women. I don't condone guys who treat women like pieces of meat, guys who look at women and just want to fuck them. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but I don't think that your sexuality, your desire to pair bond with a woman, you're masturbating a couple times a week is anything to be ashamed of. In fact, I want you to be proud of your sexuality. When's the last time you heard that? Somebody telling you, be proud of your masculinity. Be proud of the fact that you want to procreate and you want to continue the evolution of humankind by putting your penis into a woman and creating the next generation of men who are going to lead this world into further success. I want you to be proud of your sexuality. Why? Because it was installed in you for a reason. I don't know what your thoughts are about God. I don't know what your thoughts are about living and dying, but we can say that we all have sexuality and there probably is a reason for this life here on earth. Wouldn't you agree? If you don't agree, I can't help you with that, bro. In fact, I feel sorry for you. Einstein said the most important decision you ever make is whether you think you live in a benevolent or a malevolent universe. That means, do you believe there's a purpose for this? Do you believe that God, quote unquote, is essentially good? Or do you think that this is hell? Do you think that it's pointless? Do you think that once you die, it's just blackness and nothing happens? Well, if you're like me and you've chosen to believe that this is a benevolent universe, which means a kind, loving universe with a point behind it, and yes, even evil has a point so that good can overcome it. If you believe in that, then you have to agree that something put sexuality in you for a reason. So why be shameful for it? Why try to fight it? Why not embrace it and say, you know what? It's healthy that I have sexuality. It's okay that I want to have sex with a woman. It's okay that I masturbate sometimes, as long as it's not addictive or compulsive. That is okay. Put your right hand over your heart and repeat after me. I am proud of my sexuality. Touch your head with your right hand. I am a girl magnet. Declaration number 8. Every day I get on the phone with men who don't feel like they are enough. They don't feel like they're enough for a high quality woman. They don't feel like they're enough to make the money they want. They don't feel like they're enough to even accept themselves and love themselves and look themselves in the eyes before they go to bed at night and say, brother, you are my hero. Put your right hand over your heart and repeat after me. I am enough. Place your right hand to your head. I am a girl magnet. Declaration number 9. There's a big movement out there, particularly with slightly younger men who hate women, who objectify women, who think women are emotional, stupid, can't be understood, fly off the handle, are narcissistic, borderline personality disorder, whatever excuse men make to hate women because they haven't been able to achieve the success that they want with women. They turn it against women and think that women are the enemy. But I'll tell you, brother, women are fucking amazing once you understand them. Once you're able to appreciate them, once you're able to love them, once you're able to understand why they behave the way they do, you embrace the feminine. And when you embrace the feminine, women can feel that from you. Here's a super important secret that I want all you guys to understand. You will never be able to attract the super high quality dime piece, as I know all you guys want to attract. And even for those of you who have slightly lower standards, you still want an amazing woman, don't you? You want her to be healthy. You want her to be loving. You want to have a good relationship with her. Anybody who says otherwise is fucking lying. If you have negative feelings towards women, if you believe in your head that they are emotional, they fly off the handle, they can't be understood, and they can't be rationalized with, you are going to attract a woman who is emotional, flies off the handle, can't be rationalized with, can't be understood. Once you embrace women and you love them and you love the sacred feminine, and I want to repeat that again, sacred feminine, you will attract women who are high quality, loving, the best sick duck you've ever had in your life, the best sex you've ever had in your life, and the best teammate you could ever hope for. Behind every great man, there is a great woman, and I really do believe that. Put your right hand on your heart and repeat after me. Women are amazing. I value the feminine. I love women, and women love me. Put your right hand to your head and say, I am a girl magnet. Declaration number 10. A lot of you guys believe that there's not a lot of high quality women out there. You think that they're few and far between. You think that if you meet one, you're going to be so lucky that you should just hold on to her and make sure she never leaves you because you think that they are so rare. But I'm here to tell you, brother, there are millions and millions and millions and even billions of amazing, positive, loving, high quality, hot girls out there. How do I know this is true? Because I've met thousands of them myself. And I have one literally right now in the same home with me. There's definitely a couple dozen in my immediate neighborhood. There's hundreds in my small little city. There's thousands in my bigger city. And if you take Colorado as a whole, there's literally millions of them out there. You have to have an abundance mindset if you're going to get good with women. Why? Because from quantity comes quality. You have to be talking to many different women. You have to have many different experiences to finally find one that's good for you. Now, is that to say that all of them who don't make the cut are bad women? No. They're simply women who you don't jive with. But certainly from that pool, there's lots of really high quality ones. They're just high quality ones for some other guy. So to get the woman who you want to spend the rest of your life with, or even the woman who you want to do a couple laps with around the track over the next 6 months to a year, you have to have the mentality that there's plenty of them out there. Because if you have a scarcity mentality, what is life? Life is a mirror. If you think there's not enough women, they're all bitches, they're all liars, they're all psychopaths. Nowadays with TikTok and Instagram and Tinder and Bumble, it's just a fucking mess out there. That's going to be your reality. Place your right hand on your heart and repeat after me. I focus on abundance. There are plenty of amazing women out there. Place your right hand to your head and say, I am a girl magnet. Declaration number 11. You guys who have been listening for a long time know how much I love frame control. This episode is getting a little long, so I'm not going to launch into a 20-minute explanation of frame control. If you want to learn more about it, type in the search function frame control and my name, MarkSing, and all my episodes will come up. But essentially, when you're dating a woman, you have to lead her and you have to be decisive. You have to be confident. You have to be ambitious. You have to know that your decision is the right decision and have that trust in yourself, have that confidence in yourself to lead her to where she wants to be led. When you guys give her the power, when you make her make the decisions, when you let her lead you, that's when she's going to lose attraction for you. Place your right hand on your heart and repeat after me. I trust in my ability to be decisive with women. I am confident. I lead women to where they want to be led. Place your right hand on your head and say, I am a girl magnet. Now, finally, brothers, this is a war that you are in. Learning to attract women, becoming confident, growing into the best man you can be is an uphill battle with an enemy that's entrenched on the top of the hill in a fortified machine gun position with overlapping fire and almost no cover to get to the objective. That is how difficult this is. Now, certainly, when you employ me, I help you get up that mountain in the quickest, easiest way possible, but make no mistake, brother, it is a fucking battle. My question for you is, are you going to quit? My question for you is when times get tough, which they will, are you going to let the coward inside you tell you to give up and just settle for the first mountain troll that you meet who will accept you? Or are you going to persevere past it and become the best fucking man you can be no matter what the hell happens? Do you have in your heart that belief that you will never fucking quit no matter how hard it gets? Because I'll tell you, only about 1% of guys get to the top. And when I say the top, I'm saying become happy with who they are, make the money they want to make, get the girls they want to get, have the body they want to have the self-love that we all deeply desire deep in our hearts. Not a lot of guys get there, man. Why? Because they let that cowardice inside them make them quit. But you, as a soldier in the unapologetic man army, have no fucking quit inside you. You will die before you quit. Place your right hand on your heart and repeat after me. I never quit. I persevere and thrive on adversity. If knocked down, I will get back up every time. I am never out of the fight. Place your right hand on your head. I am a girl magnet. Brothers, what is inside your heart? Are you willing to do whatever the hell it takes to get good with women? Or are you going to settle for the first canyon buzzard that accepts you? I know that if you've listened this far in this episode, particularly if this is your second, third, fourth, fifth, or for you real champions, 10th time listening to this episode, you have the courage in your heart to get to the top. And I'll tell you, brother, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. I will continue challenging myself. I will continue putting myself in situations that suck in order to grow myself as a man, because I always say on this podcast, it's not about arriving to some circumstance where you can be quote unquote happy. It's about the journey and it's all about growth. Growth is our number one priority. And I can't think of anything better than trying to become attractive to women when you are not attractive to women, to grow yourself in the most powerful way possible. So listen to this episode time and time again. Do those declarations. You can even make up your own. And repetition is the mother of mastery. This is how you install these new belief systems in your head. Now, going back to what I alluded to at the top of the show, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Installing these belief systems where there's already really negative belief systems is extremely difficult. I'd say most of you guys would probably have to do these at least a couple hundred, maybe even thousands of times before they really start getting purchased. Why is that? Because as I spoke about in a previous episode, you're trying to park a car where there's already a car in the space of which you're trying to park in. So how do you get that new car into the space? You got to remove the car that's already in there. Going to the declaration, I am enough. If you have a belief system that you are not enough, even a small one running somewhere in the background, it's going to be hard to install that new belief system, even with the powerful declarations I just gave you, which is why I do NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. One of the most powerful things we can do in NLP is literally remove belief systems from your brain. Now, I will never give it away on this podcast because it's just too fucking powerful. I have to do it with my clients one-on-one when they sign up with the coaching program. I got to make sure I understand your modality of thinking so that I can personally do the NLP to you to remove these belief systems. If you have a belief system, I'm not enough, I'm not courageous, I quit easily, I give up anytime things get hard, sexuality is wrong, or any of the antonyms to the declarations that we made today, those are going to be extremely difficult to overcome just with what I gave you today. Now, it can be done. And for you guys who maybe don't have money, don't want to hire me as a coach, I understand. Use these declarations, okay? It's way better than nothing, I'll tell you that. You will get some movement with it. But true movement, fast movement, the most quickly executed movement is done with NLP, which is what I do in my 3-month coaching program. My 3-month coaching program is a total solution to become insanely attractive to women. I both do NLP as well as teach you the tactical aspects of attracting women, and we're together for a full 3 months, which is about the time it takes me to reprogram the brains of my clients and make them into bona fide girl magnets, which most of them have wanted to become for years since they were a young man. And they finally had the courage to invest in themselves, get those results. And yes, what I do works. Just go to my website and read the 65 million testimonials that I have on my sales page. You could click the link in the description below or go to CoachMarkSing.com. Click on coaching, read through that whole page. It explains exactly how the 3-month program works. Read all the testimonials, put in your application, and you and I will get on a free one-on-one breakthrough session together. So when you do these declarations, it's like removing that stank-ass 1982 Oldsmobile that's busted up in a freaking smog producer from that parking space and parking a brand new black on black murdered out Lamborghini 2022 into that parking space with that new belief system that, for example, I am enough. When you feel like I am enough and you go talk to a girl, she can sense that from you. And once she senses it from you, she gets attracted to you. It really is that simple. Gentlemen, I do appreciate you listening. I have another awesome one dropping on Thursday, so please stay tuned for that one. Final thing I want to say is I really appreciate all the love that's been coming from you guys. I get emails, testimonials, reviews every single day. And it's just something that's really magical happening here with the UMP. And guys, I really, really, really appreciate it. I read every single review and I send you guys a sincere thank you for all the love that you've shown me. I just can't say it enough. I really appreciate you guys, and I thank you for all that you've done for my podcast, for my coaching program, and for my family. Sincerely, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, gentlemen, please come back Thursday, and I will see you in the next episode.